What would you do if a reckless driver swerved straight at you on purpose, laughing as if your life was a joke? Most people would curse, maybe call the cops. But me, I decided to give him a taste of poetic justice, one shopping cart at a time. If you've ever wished you could serve instant justice to someone reckless on the road, hit that like button right now, subscribe, and stick around, because this story will leave you cheering. It was a normal day on the job. I was working for the state's IT Department of Transportation program, maintaining highway cameras and equipment. My coworker and I had set up shop on the side of the highway near an exit ramp. Traffic cones, safety signs, everything OSHA approved, safety first. For the past 30 minutes, everything had gone smoothly. Just another day, wrapping cables, tightening bolts, business as usual. My coworker was finishing up with the bucket truck, strapping down our gear. I, meanwhile, walked back down the lane to collect our signs and cones, the last step before heading out. That's when everything changed. As I bent down to grab the final cone, I heard it, the low growl of a car engine revving aggressively. Coming around the bend was a sleek, black Mercedes. I looked up, cone in hand, and that's when I saw him. The driver locked eyes with me, a smug, twisted grin stretching across his face. Then, without hesitation, he jerked the wheel and swerved directly toward me. For a split second, my stomach dropped. My legs froze. My mind screamed, "This is it." And then, just as suddenly, he pulled away at the last possible moment, laughing hysterically as he zoomed past. I stood there, shaking, the cone still in my hand. My heart pounded in my ears. This wasn't just reckless driving. This guy had deliberately tried to scare me, maybe even hit me, and he thought it was hilarious. In that moment, a fire lit inside me. I stormed back to the truck, rage boiling in my chest. My coworker saw my face and immediately asked what was wrong. I explained, barely able to keep my voice calm. He knew me well enough to raise an eyebrow and mutter, "Don't do anything that'll get us fired." I looked him dead in the eye and said with the calmest voice I could muster, "Don't worry, it'll be perfectly legal." Inside, though, I was already scheming. From the bucket of the truck, I scanned the exit ramp, searching. And there it was, the black Mercedes pulling into a nearby Super Target parking lot. I memorized exactly where he parked and finished wrapping up the gear. My hands moved automatically, but my mind was laser-focused on one thing, payback. When we pulled into the lot, I almost laughed out loud. The Mercedes driver had made himself an even bigger target. He had parked across 4 spots, like the world revolved around him. The arrogance was almost cartoonish. That's when inspiration struck. Now, here's something you need to know. Our bucket truck carried all sorts of equipment, including these industrial-strength zip ties. The kind designed to hold down thick bundles of cables. The kind you don't just snap with your hands. I grabbed a handful, my coworker watching with a mixture of curiosity and amusement. We wheeled over 4 shopping carts, one for each door of the Mercedes. Carefully, methodically, I zip-tied them into place. Not so tight that they scratched the paint. I wasn't about to get slapped with property damage. But secure enough that he'd have to work his tail off to get free. The driver wouldn't be able to open a single door without first wrestling with a barricade of carts. And considering these were heavy-duty zip ties, let's just say his afternoon wasn't going to go as planned. When I stepped back to admire my handiwork, I couldn't help but grin. It was poetic justice. No damage, no laws broken, just a perfectly legal dose of frustration for a guy who thought it was funny to endanger someone's life. We didn't stick around to watch. Sometimes the sweetest revenge is just knowing. But I can still picture it. The look on his face when he returned, smug and superior, only to find his luxury car caged in by shopping carts like some zoo exhibit. His laughter from earlier, probably replaced by pure humiliation as he struggled to free himself in front of every other shopper walking by. What made it perfect was the balance. He thought he had power on that highway. He thought he could scare me, humiliate me, make me feel small. But with a few plastic ties and a little creativity, the tables turned completely. And the best part, it was 100% legal. No scratches, No vandalism, no damage. Just poetic, inconvenient karma. To this day, I think about that moment whenever I see a reckless driver. Sometimes, the best revenge doesn't come from anger, it comes from patience, creativity, and a little sense of humor. So, what do you think? Was this the perfect revenge, or would you have gone even further? Let me know in the comments. And if this story gave you even the slightest sense of satisfaction, hit that like button, subscribe, and stay tuned, because karma always finds a way. Thanks for watching Crime of the Hearts. More revenge, more betrayal, more justice, delivered straight to you. See you in the next story.